Hi there, my name is Phil from 2020 Sounds. Thank you for clicking on our channel. Today's video is a top 5, my top 5 reasons for booking the photo booth. This video is going to be very short and sweet, so without further ado, let's get started. Number 1 would be the cost. The cost is £345 to hire our photo booth for 3 hours. I wanted to break that number down further still to give you a cost per head. So on average, 80 guests will attend a wedding. So based on 80, the cost per head would be £4.31, which is actually cheaper than a Big Mac meal at £4.59. There you go. The beauty of the photo booth is that your guests can use it as much as they like. We encourage your guests to use the photo booth as often as they can. Some people love having their photo taken and will use the photo booth at every given opportunity. Some are a little more reluctant and need a little bit more encouragement to use the photo booth. But again, we, the people that work on the evening ourselves, we will try and encourage your guests to use the photo booth as much as they possibly can. Number 2 would be the guest book that you receive at the end of the evening. The guest book looks like this. It's a hardback guest book, and we encourage all your guests, once they've had a photo taken, to write in the album and write a silly message to go with their photo as well. Some messages are a little bit more sentimental than others, and some, let's just say they've had a few to drink and probably can't write too well in the photo booth, but I think that's actually quite funny. So yes, we try and encourage your guests to write as many messages in the guest book as they possibly can. That then gets given to you at the end of the evening. And then I think the beauty of that as well is that instantaneous thing. So the next morning when you're having your breakfast and you're with your evening guests as well, and some of your day guests as well, you can look back on this guest book and you can read some of the messages that have been written there, and you can look back at some of the pictures. Some of those guests will be having breakfast with you, and you can certainly embarrass them with seeing some of these photos. So it's a lovely way, it's a lovely memento. And then in years to come, you can look back on this as well and again cherish those memories as well. So it's a really nice way to look back and for your guests to write some nice messages for you and to share the memory of your day. Number 3 would be that it's popular for all ages. I can remember when we first got the photo booth, I thought initially that the elder generation wouldn't use the photo booth, and maybe it would be only for those that, for the want of a better term, that iPhone generation that are used to taking selfies and used to taking pictures of themselves. I'm glad to say I was really wrong. The photo booth appeals to all ages, and you get some really lovely photos, maybe of your grandparent with your children as well, and maybe, you know, your parents with your children as well, and they're lovely photos as well. And you get those nice group photos as well, you know, the ones of your stag do and the ones of the hen night, and you get some wonderful photos. And as I say, because of that, it does, you know, appeal to all ages, and I think that's the wonderful thing about the photo booth. So again, appeals to all ages. Number 4 would be the fun and laughter that you get from hiring a photo booth. I can remember to this day the very first photo booth booking we did. And obviously, again, because it's the first one, you don't really know what to expect. Maybe you're a little bit nervous as to what's going to happen. And I can remember straight away, like the first few guests going in, just the laughter you hear when you close the curtain, the guests in there, laughter, changing all the props and everything else. And it's just, you can just hear, you know, everyone laughing and screaming. It's just wonderful. And you come out and you've got tears rolling down their eyes, the mascara running, and they're waiting excitedly to get their pictures as well. And then with their phones, they take pictures of their pictures and they're writing messages in with a guest, you know, on the guest book with the nice messages. So they're doing all that as well. And it's just, I remember somebody saying to me, a photographer saying to me, and it's so true. The photo booths are essentially fast food photography. You know, you get a quick picture, you get a nice memento. That memento that your guests get, that they can pin on their fridge and look back on years and years to come, and they've got that silly photo as well. And it's just as I say, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and it's just a lovely way to share some really nice memories, and it's a cheap way of doing it as well also. Number 5 would be our online gallery. This comes with all our photo booth products, and it's our unique selling point. So each guest gets a photo, and they also get one of these cards. And then on the back of that card is a unique PIN number. So the next morning, I will then upload all the photos onto an online gallery. Only you and your guests can access that gallery because you'd have to put the PIN number in. And from there, you can then download all the photos. You can favourite them. You can share them. You can share them to all your social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and it's a really nice way of reliving that memory as well. And you'll be amazed at how many people will share those pictures on Facebook. And I think it's a much nicer way of doing it. I did a video very recently, and I said, and it's so true, it's a much nicer way because, as I've said before, people take photos of their photos with their phones, and having the online gallery is a much nicer way of sharing. It's a much better way of sharing. You get, for the want of a better term, a HD quality version of your photo. So that's another way of sharing that memory as well. So you as a couple will get the guest book and also access to your online gallery. But your guests, as well as getting a picture, they also get the online gallery as well, and they can share their memories as well and share them to their phones and Facebook accounts. So it's a great way of doing it. So in summary, that's it. Number one would be the cost at £345. Number two would be the guest book. Number three would be that it appeals to all ages. Number four would be the fun and laughter that the photo booth has. And number five would be our online gallery. So that's it for today. That's our video. I hope you found it informative. If you do have any questions, then obviously please do get in touch. I always say the same, but please subscribe to our channel. Thanks very much, guys. Take care.